Purpose of outcome-based education. Measure and map CO, PO, PEO, PSO. Course outcomes. CO. Knowledge and skills acquired via course or curriculum. Program outcomes. PO. Expertise developed after completion of the program. Program educational objectives. PEO. Broader educational objectives after completion of the program. Program specific outcomes. PSO. Expertise of graduates of a certain program completed. As a faculty, one needs to have accurate scheme of classification of the students' progress data and attainments in all the fields of the course and program.
Hi, this presentation is regarding outcome-based learning, which was standardized by the Washington Accord. Now, there was always an inherent problem of people moving from one country to another country. A student studying in India getting a job abroad, maybe in the US. A student doing his studies in Australia, then going for higher studies to England. Problem of standardization. Now, to make this a standard, Washington Accord was formed in Washington DC, where there was representation from all over the country and there was representation also from India, who togetherly decided a standard for outcome-based learning. Outcome-based learning, a student learning must be able to perform. There must be an outcome, decided outcome of the learning right from the beginning. This was standardized by the Washington Accord. So here it goes. In Washington DC, the US capital, many countries came together to ensure that the academic standard of signatory countries are more or less equal. The idea was that the degree holders can have free movement for getting jobs in other countries. India is one such signatory country. The National Education Policy, NEP of India, was made to facilitate this. This is based on a concept called Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom was the person who decided that there are 6 steps to this learning. There are 6 steps through which students must go through and achieve the outcomes. There must be remember phase, where the facts and basic concepts are to be recalled. So students must have the skill of remembering at the beginning. But going up gradually, they must have the concepts to be understood. That is, they must be able to explain the ideas or concept. They must be able to understand. As you go up, they must be able to apply, use the information learned to solve a problem. They must be able to analyze, understand the relationships, causes and actions. They must be able to evaluate the correctness of the decision made, and they should be able to create also. That is, they should be able to create something new, and these are the steps that the students need to climb and learn, and this learning leads to the outcome-based education. Now, if I go to this slide, here I explain that the Bloom's taxonomy at these 6 levels: remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate and create, whose meanings I have already written and explained. Now, in each course that the student learns, course means what? Course means the paper over here. For example, in case of engineering, antenna theory is a paper. In case of engineering, data structure is a paper. So these are the courses that I am talking about. I am talking about a course called antenna theory. I am talking about a course called data structure. Every course must have specified course outcomes. This course outcomes must be specified, that is, explain that the students are going to learn this or going to go through this as they learn this course, as they learn this paper. For example, to make things simple, not getting into engineering, just to make the things very, very simple, let us understand that a student is learning a course called mango gardening. Gardening is a course, definitely it is a course. So, mango gardening is a course. In that course, if exactly this course outcomes are made following the Bloom's taxonomy, then what should be the course outcomes? Bloom's taxonomy, there are 6 levels. Let us have 6 course outcomes, in short COs. Course outcomes, making it short, COs. 6 course outcomes or 6 COs. So, let us have what are those in mango gardening, for example. Remembering, so the first CO1 should be what are the different types of mangoes and planting of sapling. This is the CO1 of the course mango gardening. CO2 is the understanding phase. So, the CO2 in case of mango gardening is understand the types of soil and fertilizers required for mango plantation. CO3, course outcome 3, is about the application. So, taking proper care of the trees and applying the fertilizers and the regular watering of the same. Similarly, CO4, the course outcome 4, should be about the analysis. Analyze the growth of the mango tree and its fruit bearing capability. CO5 should be about evaluation. That is, evaluate the qualities of the mangoes which are produced and whether it is worth selling in the market or not. And the last phase of this should be create in Bloom's taxonomy. The CO or the course outcome exactly mapped to this is the creating, that is the CO6, creating new varieties of mangoes through plant grafting. Example, say Arca Anmol, it is a mango. It is made from a cross of Alfonso and Janardhan Pasand. So, this is creating something new, CO6. Similarly, now if I get into engineering, I take an example course which is antenna theory. So, in case of antenna theory, what should be the 6 course outcomes as obtained from the Bloom's taxonomy? First is remembering what are the different types of antenna. Under CO1, course outcome 1, we need to remember as per Bloom's taxonomy, what are the different types of antenna. Decided from the very beginning that these are the course outcomes. So, first course outcome, what are the different types of antenna. Course outcome 2 is understanding. So, in antenna theory, what is the course outcome? In CO2, understanding the differences between the properties of these different types of antenna. CO3, course outcome 3, is about application if I follow Bloom's taxonomy. So, course outcome 3 can be software to apply the different types of antenna design. There are different types of antenna designs, the software to apply the same. CO4 is about the analysis, understand the relationships, causes and actions. So, what is that CO4 in antenna theory? Analyze the properties of the different types of antenna as per the application requirement. In CO5, it is about evaluation. So, under antenna theory, CO5 should be evaluate the effectiveness of which antenna in which application. And finally, CO6 as per Bloom's taxonomy is creating. So, let the CO6 of antenna theory be creating new antenna as per a new application requirement. But remember, above all, example, the word example is written over here, because these COs can be changed as per the teacher who is teaching, but it has to be approved by the highest level of the institute for each course. For example, if the institute is teaching antenna theory, then the teacher in the institute who is teaching antenna theory has got the independence to create his own course outcomes or COs, but these COs will have to be approved by the highest level of institute before the course is taught to the students by the institute. This is about the course outcomes. Now, in this case, I decide that we have got 70 marks for external assessment, 30 marks for internal assessment, which makes us gives us the 100 marks of entire assessment. So, the students are going to take the exam on 100 marks. Now, it is decided in this case, again this may vary, but in our case it is decided. Say for example, because the full marks is 100, it is decided from the very beginning that for all courses we will divide the question paper into this marks. 10 marks for CO1, that is what are the different types of antenna in the case of antenna theory example, what are the different types of antenna, 10 marks on that. Understanding the differences between the properties of these antennas, different types of antennas, that is CO2, 10 marks on that, CO3, 10 marks on that, CO4, 10 marks on that, but CO5 and CO6, which is evaluating the effectiveness and creating the new antenna, this is 15 marks and 15 marks. The students who can actually create, actually make something new, they should have the maximum advantage of scoring good marks. This is the idea of it. So, if 30 marks is on CO5 and CO6, definitely the student who can create, he will get better marks. So, 15 marks and 15 marks on CO5 and CO6, CO1 to CO4, 10 marks, 10 marks, 10 marks, 10 marks, makes a total of 70 marks for external. 30 marks internal can also be divided similarly like this. But 70 marks, 10, 10, 10, 10 makes 40, 15, 15 makes 30, 40 plus 30, that is 70 marks total on this antenna theory question paper. Now, let us assume, this is just an assumption, this can vary again, the marks can vary. Let us assume there are 60 students in the class, or 60 students who are taking this antenna theory paper or taking this antenna theory course. These 60 students score an average of 8 marks out of 10 in CO1. They appear for the paper, that is the course antenna theory question paper in the exam, and the average marks on CO1 comes to 8 out of 10. The average marks in CO2, suppose it comes 5 out of 10. The average marks in CO3, suppose it comes 7 out of 10. Average marks in CO4, it comes 8 out of 10. Average marks in CO5 comes 6 out of 15, and average marks of CO6 say comes 5 out of 15. But again, these are all examples. This average can definitely vary from students, from classes to classes. I have taken an example, these are the average marks obtained by the students. Now, to see whether the CO have been attained or not, a particular CO has been attained or not, let us check this. Out of these 60 students, say 50 students got above average marks, say above 8, 50 students have got above 8 out of 60. This is again example, this can vary. 40 students out of 60 have got above average, that is have got above 5. 35 students out of 60 have got above 7, that is above the average marks. 50 students out of 60 have got above 8 in CO4. In CO4 above 8, 50 students have got, say for example, 36 students out of 60 have got above this average 6 marks in CO5, and 20 students out of 60 have got above this average 5 marks in CO6, say for example. Then how will we calculate the attainment? We will see percentage of students who have got above this average. See 50 out of 60 students have got above average, 83% students have got above average marks in CO1. 67%, why 40 out of 60 students? 67% students have got above average marks in CO2. 35 out of 60, that is 58% students have got above average marks in CO3. 50 out of 60, 83% students have got above average marks in CO4. Similarly, 60% students got above average marks in CO5 and 33% students got above average marks in CO6. Now, as per a rule, what we are doing? We are saying if this becomes greater than 60, then you give it a value 3. If it is between 50 to 60, give it a value of 2. If it is less than 50, give it a value of 1. That is over here. Above 60% students got above average marks, which means 60% students are better than average. So we have got 3, which is rubrics. We call it rubrics or a measurement of 1 or 2 or 3. Below 50 is 1, 50 to 60 is 2, above 60 is 3. This is we are taking, say, as per NBA, National Board of Accreditation. So 3 means above 60. So 83%, yes, it is above 60, I put 3. 67% above 60, I put 3. 58% has got above, 83% got above average, so it is 3. 67% got above average, so it is 3. 58% got above average, so it is 2. 50 to 60 is 2. 83% got above average, so it is 3. 60% got above average, so it is 3. 33% got above average, so it is 1. So less than 50 is 1. 50 to 60 is 2, above 60 is 3. So anything above 60% is 3, 50 to 62 and below 50 is 1. And 3 means good, 2 means average, 1 means bad. What do you calculate over here? You get in CO3 it is averagely attained, CO6 not well attained at all, bad. Attainment is bad. For the other COs, attainment is good. So the head of the institute now can talk to the subject teacher or the course teacher of antenna theory and say that in antenna theory this CO3 software to apply the different types of antenna design is averagely attained, whereas creating a new antenna as per a new application requirement is not attained well at all, it is badly attained. The other COs are good, so nothing to do with it. Okay, teacher has covered that well, students have understood well, but over here it means that this CO3 software to apply and the creating new antenna part is not well attained at all, and improvement is needed, maybe from the teacher side, maybe from the student side, but improvement is definitely needed in teaching and the students' understanding over there. This is the CO attainment, and for each course the teacher can get a guidance from here that okay, next time when I teach this course, this is the part, software to apply the different types of antenna I need to take care of. Creating new antenna, this I need to take care of. When I teach this paper next time, teach this course next time. Now, so as per the previous slide, this is quite obvious now. In CO1, 50 out of 60 students, that is 83% student got above average marks, which means CO percentage attainment is 3 or high. That means the subject teacher was successful in covering the CO1 of the course. Same for CO2. Same for CO2, that 40 out of 60, 67% students got above average marks, which means the subject teacher was successful in covering the CO2 of the course. CO3, only 58%, 35 out of 60, 58% students got above the average marks, which means CO percentage attainment is 2 or moderate. This means the subject teacher could moderately cover the CO3 of the course. CO4, well attained, CO5 well attained, CO6 it is low, 1 or low. It means that the subject teacher could not successfully cover the CO6 of the course, and next time when it is taught, special care will have to be taken of. So I go back to this Bloom's taxonomy and say that yes, I talked about remembering, understanding, apply, analyze, evaluate, create. The overall objective of COPO mapping and attainment is to realize the outcome based learning and not rote memorization. So what next? This is very important. When I am setting a question paper, as it is said that it is divided, well divided, that in CO1 there should be 10 marks, in CO5 there should be 15 marks. So it is well divided. When a teacher sets a question paper, it has to be very, very clear that you cannot give an option between CO1 and CO2. No, you cannot give an option, that is wrong. Say for example, somebody gives an option CO1 or CO6. That is, remember is being given an option with create. Some students will write the answer of remembering part, some students will write the answer of creating part. No, not done at all. Remembering will have to be given option with only remembering. Creating will have to be given option only with creating. So you cannot give an OR question between CO1 and CO2. If you give an OR question, CO1 has to be ORed or given option with CO1 only. CO1 question or CO1 question, CO3 question or CO3 question, CO6 question or CO6 question, like that. Now, this is for the CO. The course attainment, it is understood. Now, next is program outcomes. See, like every course like antenna theory has got outcomes, every program like engineering is a program, management is a program, say science and humanities a program. So every program, law is a program, every program will have its own outcomes decided. So Washington Accord has given us these 12 program outcomes to be achieved or to be attained for engineering. In engineering, these 12 program outcomes must be attained. Number 1, engineering knowledge. Number 2, problem analysis. Number 3, design or development of solutions. Number 4, conduct investigations of complex problems. Number 5, modern tool usage. Number 6, the engineer and society. PO7, environment and sustainability. PO8, ethics. PO9, individual and teamwork. PO10, communication skills. PO11, program management and finance. And PO12, lifelong learning. It means these are the 12 outcomes for engineering program given by Washington Accord. It means that an engineer, when he passes out, he must have engineering knowledge, he must have the skill to analyze problems, he must have the skill to design or develop solutions for problems, he should have the skills for conducting investigations of complex problems, he or she should have the power of using modern tools, he should think of the society. An engineer should always be aware of what is needed by the society, he should be aware of environment and sustainability, he should be very ethical, ethics of engineering must be followed, he should be able to do individual work, he should be able to do teamwork, he should have the skills of communication, he should be able to have project management and finance skills, and he should have the power of learning lifelong. His learning should never stop. Lifelong, he or she should keep on learning. These are the 12 outcomes of engineering program. Management will have different program outcomes. Maybe law will have different program outcomes, but these are the 12 program outcomes for engineering as given by Washington Accord. And these 12 program outcomes will have to be attained out of all courses taught in engineering. Like antenna theory is taught in engineering, it should try to achieve or attain some program outcome. All courses together should be able to attain all these program outcomes of engineering.
What is COPO mapping? Creating a link between the course outcomes, that is COs, and program outcomes, that is POs, for each lesson. This assessment is called COPO mapping. This method of outcome-based education helps the student to attain a confidence to face the future assignments and be productive and innovative.
Next, what is needed? What is needed is, I need to now understand how much of these program outcomes have been attained or not. Yes, at the beginning I am talking about that the engineer must be able to learn, have the lifelong learning skills. At the beginning I am saying engineer must have communication skills. At the beginning I am saying that the engineer must be able to do investigations of complex problems. Yes, engineers must be able to do all this, but how much in our institute we have been able to create engineers like that who has got these skills, or have we succeeded in achieving these program outcomes? There should be a measurement for that. Now to measure that, right from the very beginning the COs must be mapped to the POs. All these COs must have some mapping with the POs. Each and every CO must be mapped to some PO or the other. But then again, it is not mandatory that these COs cover all the POs in a particular course. For example, a course of antenna theory should not be able to cover ethics. It should not be able to cover engineer and society, may not be able to cover engineer and society. It may not be able to cover ethics, but like it may not be able to cover project management and finance, but it should be able to cover at least few POs, or every CO must be able to cover one PO or the other, otherwise there is no point of having a CO. For example, CO5, if it does not map to any program outcome, then there is no point of having a CO5. So all COs must be mapping to some PO or the other, but not mandatory that all POs will have to be covered by antenna theory. Some other courses are there to cover those POs. For example, there is a course called Values and Ethics in Profession. It will be able to cover ethics. There is English in the course which will be able to cover, English course is there in engineering which will be able to cover communication skills. But some PO will have to be covered, like say CO1 is what are the different types of antenna. So does it map to engineering knowledge? The answer should be yes. What are the different types of antenna is definitely engineering knowledge. Now what are the different types of antenna? Is it problem analysis? I believe no. What are the different types of antenna is not design development of solutions. What are the different types of antenna is not conduct investigations of complex problems. What are the different types of antenna is not modern tool usage. If you look into it, what are the different types of antenna is only engineering knowledge. I believe there is nothing else in it. And so I can say that yes, see this mapping, CO1 is mapped to PO1. But only being mapped is not enough. I will have to say how much correlation is there. That is, if you say that CO1 is not mapped to PO2, there is no correlation. But if you say yes, it is correlated to PO1, how much? 3, yes, high correlation, 2, medium correlation, 1, low correlation. That is, yes, correlation is there. What is the degree? 3 degree of correlation, 2 degree of correlation, or 1 degree of correlation. So CO1 with PO1 as far as I am concerned is 3 degree of correlation. CO1 is 3 degree highly correlated with engineering knowledge. See this, 3 degree of mapping means highest level of correlation. If I continue, then CO1 is only mapped to PO1, 3 degree of correlation. Let us go to CO2. CO2, understanding the differences between the properties of these different types of antenna, definitely mapped to PO1, it is engineering knowledge. How much? I would say 3 degree, very high correlation. Understanding the differences between the properties of these different types of antenna is a very high correlation with engineering knowledge. It is also having very high correlation with problem analysis. software to apply the different types of antenna design. It is highly correlated to engineering knowledge. It is design development of solution, I would say okay 2 degree of correlation. Software to apply the different types of antenna design with design development of solution, I am saying okay 2 degree of correlation. Software to apply the different types of antenna design is 3 degree of correlation with modern tool usage. These are all examples, every teacher can decide this correlation also, but it has to be approved by the highest level of institute. So, software to apply the different types of antenna design, I would say modern tool usage definitely, because I am learning software to apply the different types of antenna design, it is 3 degree of correlation. Software to apply the different types of antenna design, individual and teamwork, yes to some extent, because when I am doing a software, I am doing it in a team. So, to some extent it is individual and teamwork. Software to apply the different types of antenna design, to some extent it is communication skills also, I will say 1 degree of correlation, because when I am designing a software there is some communication skills associated with it when I am writing a program. So, 1 degree of correlation with communication skills also. So, analyze the properties of the different types of antenna as per application requirement. It is again correlated maybe with PO1 2 degree, PO2 maybe 3 degree, PO3 1 degree. Now, this correlation how much it is, the teacher can decide who will be teaching, but as I say again it has to be approved by the highest level of the institute. So, this mapping may continue, I am going through it very quickly to show that every CO must be mapped to some PO or the other, but all POs may not be covered. If you look into it, I have completed it here, and when I complete it over here, check out PO6, PO7, PO8, engineer and society program outcome not covered by antenna theory, environment and sustainability not covered by antenna theory, ethics not covered by antenna theory, which means that the antenna theory is not able to cover all POs, it is not possible, for that other courses are there, but all POs are mapped, all COs are mapped to some PO or the other, otherwise there is no point of having that CO. I continue. This if I now convert it to a box, you check out what are the different types of antenna mapped with PO1 with 3 degree of correlation, it is not mapped to anything else. CO2 mapped with PO1 with 3 degree of correlation, PO2 3 degree of correlation, but not mapped to any other POs. So, that entire match and pair thing in the previous slide has been converted into a table showing the COs being mapped to POs and how much, what is the degree of correlation or how much related it is. So, correlation 3 means high, 2 means medium, 1 means low, 0 means nil, we know. But as I said, in one course all the COs may not be related or mapped with all the POs, and this has to be approved by the board of governors for each course. Next, these are the 2 things which I have now. One is, you remember the course CO attainment, you remember the rubrics or the measurement that we got 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1, you remember 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1, that is in CO1 3 it was attainment was 3 high, CO2 the attainment was 3 high, CO3 was that software part, attainment is 2 moderate, you remember that slide, CO4 3 attainment is high, CO5 attainment is high, CO6 that is the creation was not highly attained, it was only 1 degree of attainment, creation of antenna, and it was evident from the marks. This is a table which we had at the beginning. This is the second table which we had, which we have designed now, how the course outcomes are mapped to the program outcomes. These are the tables we have right now. Now you remember what I am going to do. CO1 attainment is high, that is 3, please check, CO1 attainment is high, 3 attainment. CO1 is mapped to PO1, high correlation, CO1 with PO1 high correlation. So, if CO1 has been highly attained, it automatically means it has contributed highly in the attainment of PO1. I repeat this, CO1 attainment is 3, high attainment. CO1 mapped to PO1, very highly correlated with PO1, 3 degree of attainment. It automatically means CO1 has helped a lot in attaining of PO1. Similarly, you check CO2 attainment is 3, high attainment. So, it is helping the attainment of PO1 and PO2 because the relationship is very high. On the contrary, you check CO3 attainment is moderate, 2 attainment, CO3. So, CO3 helping PO1 to attain, not highly. Though CO3 is very highly related with PO1, but CO3's attainment is not that high, which means contribution to the attainment of PO1 from CO3 is not that high. And you check this, CO3 is not highly attained, 2 attainment is 2, and CO3 contributing PO3 to some extent. So, this is even lower. CO3 attainment is low, not low, attainment is moderate. CO3 related to PO3, moderate. So, CO3 contributing to PO3, even moderate. How that can be done? Multiplication. If I multiply this CO1 table with this entire CO1 table, this CO2 row with this entire CO2 row, this CO3 row with the entire CO3 row, and so on. Check out how. Same table again. CO1 attainment 3, CO1 related to PO1 3, 3 into 3, check this, 3 into this 3, 3 into 3 makes it 9 over here. Similarly, you check, this is CO2, this attainment is 3, related to PO1 3, 3 into 3 makes it 9. Next, CO2 is 3, CO2 related with PO2 is 3, 3 into 3 makes it 9. Similarly, CO3 attainment is 2, related to PO1 3, 2 into 3 makes it 6. Similarly, this table is filled up by multiplying the whole thing. Check out, the whole thing has been multiplied, and what picture does it give? It gives us this picture. Once I complete this entire table, you will get to understand that the picture that I get over here is that the attainment of the POs, program outcome PO1 has been attained from CO1 9 degree, PO1 attained from CO2 9 degree, PO1 attained from CO3 6 degree, PO1 attained from CO4 6 degree. Similarly, PO5 attained from CO3 6 degree, and so on. Now, to perceive these degrees from 1 degree to 9 degree is a little difficult. What I mean to say is this table. This is 9 degree of attainment, 9 degree, 4 degree, 6 degree. So, 1 to 9 degree, 9 different degrees of attainment are there. Instead of that, what if I divide the whole thing by 3? If I divide the whole thing by 3, then this comes between 1, 2 and 3. The attainment will be mapped between 0 to 3. Check out, 9 is converted to 3, 9 divided by 3, it was 9, I divided by 3, makes it 3. So, it gets converted between 0 to 3 and easily understandable how much attained, 0 degree attained, 1 degree attained, 2 degree attained, 3 degree attained, and so on. Say for example 4 divided by 3, 1.33, 1.33 degrees of attainment. Nothing, the attainment was from 1 to 9. I have just divided by 3, the whole thing has been normalized by dividing by 3, and we are saying now the attainment are between 1 to 3. So, the table has been converted to like this. See, CO1 to PO1 3 attainment, CO2 PO1 3 it has helped in attaining, CO3 has helped PO3 in attaining 1.33, CO3 has helped PO9 in attaining 1.33. If I take an average of these POs attainment, I get the complete attainment picture, PO attainment picture from antenna theory. See what I have done, PO attainment, PO1 attainment 2.33, The possibilities are 0, 1, 2, 3. Attainment is 2.33, good attainment. PO2, fully 3 attained. PO3, only 1 degree of attainment. PO4, 3 degrees of attainment. PO5, 1.667, not that good, like this one was not good at all, only 1 degree attained. But the attainment of the POs have been calculated. This is how the POs have been attained from antenna theory. But when I am talking about POs, I am not only interested with antenna theory, I am interested with the whole attainment of engineering. So, what to do? See the next table. CO, course antenna theory. The attainments were 2.33, 3, 1, 3, 1.67, 1.67, 0.50, 2 and 1. See previous slide. I have just copied, these were the PO attainments. I have just taken it, the attainments of antenna theory. I have done the same thing for all other courses, the PO attainments. I have taken an average. This is what the PO attainment of engineering or the electronics and communication engineering is. What I have done? I have taken this antenna theory. I know that the antenna theory is a course of electronics and communication engineering. So, I have taken this course antenna theory. These are the attainments of antenna theories. Check out, I have just copied. This average attainment of POs I have copied over here. But similarly, all other courses under the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering has got this PO attainment, sorry. All these are written, the average is taken. Now I know that these are the PO attainments of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Now the head of the institute will sit with the head of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering and tell him that your PO10 attainment is only 1.25, okay, others are okay, 2.56 is good, 2.53 is good, 2.29 is good, this 2 is okay, but 1.25 is not good at all. 1.94 you can work upon, but PO10, 1.25 is not good at all. And what was this PO10? This PO10 was, if you go back and check that POs, you will check PO10 was communication skill. So, this communication skill has not been well attained by the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. This is what is attainment, but this covers 80%. That is, this is how the direct PO attainment has been calculated. This is where the head of the institute can sit with the head of the department and say that your PO10 is not attained well, you work on it. So, yes, that is okay, but this is only the direct part of it. There is another angle to it. What is that? The indirect attainment of the POs. How is that done? That is another part of it. This is a feedback form made for stakeholders, where all the POs are jotted down: engineering knowledge, problem analysis, design development of solution, conduct investigations of complex problems. These are the 12 POs, if you remember, 12 POs of engineering. This will be circulated to the stakeholders. Stakeholders can be teacher, stakeholders can be the students, stakeholders can be the companies or the industry people recruiting them, stakeholders can be the guardians. So, these are the stakeholders of the institute to whom this form will be circulated. Now, the stakeholders will fill up the forms and they will give a marks among 1, 2 or 3. That is, a stakeholder, maybe a guardian, will analyze and say that my son or my daughter has achieved engineering knowledge, okay, 3 out of 3. Or my son or daughter has achieved problem analysis, 2 out of 3, he or she can do. The teacher will similarly give marks that how much the problem analysis the students can do, how much the students can have, how much the students can go for lifelong learning. In this way, this marks will be given by each stakeholder. I am considering, say there are 6 stakeholders. Stakeholder 1 has given 1 mark to engineering knowledge. Stakeholder 1 has given 2 marks to problem analysis. Stakeholder 1 has given 3 marks to design development of solutions. In this way, the stakeholder has given marks. Stakeholder 1 has given, stakeholder 2 has given, and I am considering 6 stakeholders, 3, 4, 5, 6, they have all given marks, 1, 2 or 3. So, I do a very quick calculation. How many stakeholders have given 1 mark? One stakeholder have given 1 mark to PO1. 2 stakeholders have given 2 marks to PO1. 3 stakeholders have given 3 marks to PO1. 1 plus 2 plus 3 makes it 6. 6 stakeholders have given feedback. Similarly, see, 4 stakeholders have given 2 marks to PO2 and 4 stakeholders have given 2 marks to PO2. 2 stakeholders have given 3 marks to PO2. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 stakeholders in total. 3 stakeholders have given 2 marks to PO3. 3 stakeholders have given 3 marks to PO3. 3 stakeholders given 2 marks to PO3, 3 stakeholders given 3 marks to PO3. In this way it is done. A weighted average is taken, that is 1 into 1 plus 2 into 2 plus 3 into 3 divided by 6. Similarly, 0 into 1 plus 4 into 2 plus 2 into 3 divided by 6. A weighted average is taken. These are the indirect PO calculations. From the direct it was done, indirect this. Now if I go to the next table, see, these were the direct PO attainments, these were the indirect PO attainments. I will take 80% of the direct attainments, 20% of the indirect attainments and get the final attainments and judge that the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering has done badly in PO10. That is, in PO10, which was communication skills, they have got 1.33. So direct attainment is about the marks, indirect attainment is about the perception. That is, yes, I have done this much, my student has done this much, students of this institute can do this much, and actual results show what they actually get. 80% of the actual, 20% of the perception gives the final PO attainments, and here the head of the institute can actually talk to the head of the director and head of the department and say that, okay, 1.33 is the attainment of PO10 communication skill. So your Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering should work more on communication skills from next semester. So this is how the PO, CO, attainment and all these things are calculated. I thank you all for the patient hearing.